Somehow, someway, feminists say stupid things. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. I do not want to talk too much. Let's get into the video.
I'm loving this gender equality stuff. Look, sister's outside shoveling that driveway, and I'm in the kitchen making waffles. Material girl.
Really?
Tell me why my gas pump does this. Like, it's not. Do you see how it just like stops even though I've literally gotten $9 worth of gas? It has no reason to be doing that. It's so irritating.
Well, what happens is when your gas is already full, it will do that so that you don't go over it. I would think you would know this because you have a car, so I would assume you've done this before, but it doesn't seem like you have.
London too. Women nowadays are spending men.
Well, that is the equality you apparently fought for. I really don't know what you're crying and complaining about while you're recording strangers. You all fought for equality and now you're getting the equality, yet you want some sort of benefit that only applies to women. Is it equality or do you just want some special treatment? Which one is it?
You want to hang with a bad if we want to be real simple and easy to understand.
I'm attractive myself, so I'm not really.
You're not particularly my type.
Being around you. Okay, if I'm not your type, then we don't need to talk. Simple.
But that's why I said that's why.
Tampa doesn't open your car door.
Oh, we don't do that.
He's a Tampa doesn't open your car door.
Sounds like he is a she.
He's a Tampa doesn't open your car door.
Oh, then it's for him.
He's a Tampa doesn't open your car door.
He's a 0.
He's a Tampa doesn't open your car door.
He's a 0.
Wow, that's really interesting. For all this equality they've been fighting for some reason your rating goes down when you don't do something specific to your gender. That's really interesting. I'm confused. Do they want equality or not?
Y'all boys, man. I don't know what
So many women didn't know how to open a car door themselves.
this y'all boys, man. I don't know what kind of woman y'all be getting. Look at this, y'all boys. I'm just too clean. Got my wife picking me up. Look at this. Look at this, y'all boys. Y'all got me. Oh, look at this. Look at this, y'all boy. I'm just too clean. Got my, look at my hand. Got my bitch picking me up. Yo, you bring me to the car, ho. Talk about, there you go, right here. Drop me off right here. Straight up. Look at that. Straight up, honey. Thanks, babe.
Now I don't know whether I agree with this because what in the blue hell is going on here?
You doing a ticket?
Yeah. What's the verdict? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Are you driving on no oil? Yo, you need oil, A. You have none. You have like nothing.
That looks like there's oil to me.
It's supposed to, bro. No. This is not oil. It's stuck on here. That's how little oil has been here. It's burned on here, bro. You need oil, A. What the?
Well, how am I supposed to drive the car to get oil if I have no oil?
Before we get back into the video, make sure you guys like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also mainly hit the notification bell so that you're notified when a video comes out. Also go and subscribe to my new Facebook channel. It'll be linked down in the description below, so go and subscribe there. But let us get back into the craziness.
So I thought I'd help my husband out by cutting a little bit of the grass, but then I couldn't get the mower to crank, and then I realized that the primer button was missing. So what do? I come up with the bright idea of creating my own primer button. So check this out. I felt like you would get the same results, right? You're creating a suction, forcing the gas into the engine to make the mower crank. So let's see what happens. Success, right? Wrong. After my husband got home, I found out that hole that I stuck the thing in was the exhaust. Good thing I didn't tell him what I did.
Men can do things that women simply can't.
Can I ask what? What can men do that we can't?
I mean, men build everything. We don't. Men protect us. They fight wars. We don't.
What do they protect us from? Other men?
No, women have always fought in wars. Women have built so many things.
Yeah.
So many things.
But in the world, like the
Women
roads,
also weren't allowed
the
to.
buildings, the architecture, men do all of that.
Women
Men
were
are the
also a part of
geniuses.
it, though.
It's way more male geniuses that are female geniuses.
She's answering the question a little bit, but you're saying like they're more men geniuses. They stopped us from reading. They stopped us from going to school.
Okay,
The
but
first
is that
black
an
woman
issue
lawyer
right now,
wasn't
so-
allowed to practice law. She got her law degree, but she wasn't allowed to even practice and be a lawyer. They stopped us.
But that's
from this
not
stuff.
what modern feminism is about. That we have surpassed that already. You guys can read, you guys can vote, you can do everything you want to do, and you keep making issues. This is why you always talking about the patriarchy and capitalism. You feed it. Okay? Why do you think that you are a feminist in the first place? They wanted you to work. That's what they wanted you to do. They wanted 2 people in the household to work versus 1.
I can't believe that she said out of her mouth that men stopped women from reading. Let's even say that was the case. Let's even grant that was the case, that men stopped women from reading. You do know how I helped your point in the fact that you were saying, what is it that men can do that women can't? That would be a thing that men can do that women can't, which would be stopping you from reading. If it was the case that men wanted to collectivize and stop women from reading, like feminists believe, they continuously believe that men were stopping them from doing things, they would be able to do it and women can't. If you use your brain a bit, you would understand that, because they say that the patriarchy is evil and the patriarchy would essentially be men controlling everything. But if women were just as equal as men, wouldn't they be able to overthrow this patriarchy by themselves? The more you know.
Upstairs, my doorbell rings. I look through the window upstairs and I see the delivery drivers drop off these 2 pieces of furniture I just ordered. It's like a love seat and an ottoman, and take off sprinting. Like literally like dropped it off and ran and got in the car and drove away. And I'm like,
He has deliveries
that's
to make.
bizarre. So I come downstairs
He will do that.
and it's giant. Like how they don't want to help me bring it in the house. And now what is a single girl, bad mind you, but still, to do with this giant piece of furniture? Like, how rude.
You do know he has a job and more than likely has to get to certain places for certain times. You do know that, right? But of course, in the feminist world, because she's a girl, he should just stop doing his job to help this dainty lady. I'm sorry, actually, this bad bee, you know, because she has to add that as if that's going to do anything. Clearly, you being a bad bee is not helping your furniture get into your house.
Chivalry's dead because of conversations like these. A man could kill me so much faster than I can kill him. It is not acceptable for anybody to be touching each other.
Yeah, you're giving yourself a social privilege. You seem to think that simply because it's a woman doing it, instead of a weaker man, that somehow they have some additional privilege to that, because
I never said
generally women are weaker than men. If a woman was 30% weaker than you are and she punched you in the face, would you punch her back?
If she hurt me enough for me to get pissed off about it, because she's a woman and my age, she's getting punched back in the face.
You tell me what the distinction is. If a man, if you're 30% weaker than him and you punch him in the face, why is it now unacceptable?
That's where you're wrong.
To punch you?
If a man punches me in the face, my jaw is broken. If I punch a man in the face, it probably will be like a slap.
You could break his nose.
Wow.
If the woman is 30% weaker than you, the same result could happen. That's the point.
Why is it so difficult for people to follow simple conversations? He laid out a hypothetical for you, that being, if a woman punched you who was 30% weaker than you, should you punch her back? Your answer be yes. He laid out the same scenario but just changed the genders, being a man and you punched him, still being 30% weaker than you, so he would be the same strength as the woman you punched, but for some reason, because he's a man, he shouldn't be able to hit you back. You didn't give us any difference as to why the man can't punch you back but the woman can, because in both scenarios they're the same strength, except for the fact that it's a man and a woman. Yet you were talking about the reason this should happen is because men are stronger. Yet when it gives you a scenario where a man is the same strength as a woman, you still don't follow along. Make it make sense.
What's your unpopular opinion?
I think the feminist movement is kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
That is true.
The rights thing, I mean, I get it, but also we've kind of overdone it so much where I feel like the economy is crashing, partly because
we're past the era of men making assumptions that women need help.
Because
they don't need
again,
help.
that could be considered disrespectful and misogynistic. And so men aren't going out of the way to just lend a helping hand to women because they don't want to be seen as misogynistic.
Yeah, see, we have a feminist here saying men shouldn't help women because that would be seen as misogyny. Yet I just watched a few videos where women were saying men should help them. And then you have a woman like this saying, no, you shouldn't, because if you feel you have the need to help a woman, that's misogynistic.
All the men's are queens out here. They want princess treatment. We just come to this point where we're just happy with the bare minimum now. But
that's sad.
That is really sad.
Australia, you suck.
Really suck!
What are your thoughts on the Australian dating culture?
Really bad. The ugliest thing you could ever experience.
I am in a relationship, but before that, it was not a fun time.
We went out on a date with this guy, and then I wanted to pay for the date, but I was also testing him if he was actually gonna let me pay. Yeah. So I give him my credit card to see if he wanted to pay, he would not use the card. But then turns out he used the card, and it was $200 worth of a dinner.
Who the hell does that?
No, it doesn't end there. And then after we walk out from the restaurant, I told him, why did you actually use my card? I was actually testing you. He looked at me and then he go, I was testing you too, if you were actually gonna do it. Manipulation go crazy.
There is no way in the blue hell this, I don't even know if I want to say woman because it might be a lady boy, just said that he manipulated you while you literally just told us that you were manipulating him. But of course, because he did the same thing you are doing, he's the issue. Right.
I tell you why you need to start expecting men to financially compensate you for your time.
Would that apply to all men or just dating prospects?
Whenever you hang out with a man, I don't care if it's just for one day, you're expending all these different types of labor. There's emotional, intellectual, entertainment, physical.
But women often do many of those very same things for their women friends, offer emotional support, advice.
That is true.
Are they going to be expected to pay compensation as well?
All of these things for free. You're acting like a therapist, you're entertaining him, you're listening to him, you're giving him advice, and you're expecting nothing in return while...
Because if not, and it only applies to dating prospects, that rather sounds like something else.
Yeah, and I'll let you all know what that sounds like. Sounds like prostitution.
These boring straight guys will say things like, if women want equality so bad, then why don't they pay for half the bill? Then they can pay for half the bill if they want to be equal. And it's like, no. I'll pay for half the bill when you have taken a period. And until you've taken a period, you're paying. Plain and simple.
That's why men should pay for dates. They make up new things every day. 1 minute it's whoever asked the person out on the date, conveniently being the case that it's a majority of men that ask women out, that's the person who should pay. Now it's, well, women have periods, and because we have periods, you should pay for the date. But equality though.
I refuse to split the bill on dates.
Oh, and why is that?
Because I'm actually splitting the bill before I even get to the date.
Fascinating. I wonder if the logic that's going to be used here is going to be even remotely different from any of the other videos that are a lot like this that we've seen before.
Let me explain myself.
Please do, because I have a feeling it's going to involve many things that one would do normally on a daily basis anyway,
Probably.
regardless if one is going out on a date or not. So therefore, that makes this video entirely pointless.
I'm spending money to show up. As soon as I have a date scheduled, I book a cycle bar class. Then I get my eyebrows done. I see Kaylin at Bespoke Brows because I am not bringing a unibrow to happy hour.
So what I'm hearing so far is that all of these activities are done specifically and only to impress a man.
Even though I don't think my date cares about what my hands look like, I feel the need to get a manicure.
Yeah, yes, but I'm sure that one felt the need to add it to the bill anyway.
Even if I had my manicure and my brows done earlier in the week, it still takes a whole entire day to prepare for a date. Like planning my outfit, planning my hair wash schedule.
So far, I'm not really seeing the point. A person would normally do that if they're going out with friends, too. But I'm sure that one doesn't charge them for one's time.
Simply showering, doing my hair and makeup, and picking out an outfit could be 2 hours.
And with that, I think it would just be easier to say that one would prefer to charge by the hour.
As I've said, they really just make up things as they go. There are no rules. They're just making it up so that it can seem like they're actually the ones covering the bill. But it's just a way to say I'm doing these things and I'm going to use that as an excuse so that you can pay for me. But I don't want it to be the case that I'm saying you should just pay for me without me doing anything. I'm going to say that I did all of these things, even though I explicitly said that you probably don't care about it. And I'm going to do them so that I can justify in saying that I've already paid my portion of the bill by doing all these things, even though you would also do these when you're meeting friends. That's gonna fall.
You help me?
What? Why?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna fall. At one point I was thinking she was actually gonna make it, but it did what I thought it would do.
I have a question for men in New York City. Why is no one making the effort to offer their seat to a woman? I have been appalled lately.
Okay, genuinely, do women's legs like hurt more than men's legs or something? Like, is there some reason that it's like harder for women to stand? Is there any actual reasoning why a man should give up his seat for a woman other than like, oh, it would be nice? And look, I have nothing against a kind gesture, okay? But where's the entitlement coming from? Like, why is this something that you feel like men should do? But this is one of those things I don't get. Like, it's like the whole door opening thing all over again. Like, do you not have feet, legs? You know, like, again, you don't know what that man did all day. And you understand talking like this actually takes away from when people actually do the gesture. Because again, it's something that was seen as like a nice thing now becomes the bare minimum, but don't get me started on that. But again, mission statement of this video, if you can't tell me why men should give up a seat for random women other than it would be nice, I kind of don't want to hear this entitlement.
Hey. This video's for the girlies, actually anyone who has never changed their own oil before but is confident that they can do it on their own. Let's get started.
This is gonna be interesting.
My arms are dead. Almost. I'll be perfectly honest, I have no idea what kind of tools I'm gonna need when I get under there, so we're gonna just get under there and check it out. Gotta thank my ex. He screwed the up so tight. Okay, this might be dumb, but does it go clockwise or counterclockwise? I would think counterclockwise, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but this is ridiculous. It's screwed on too tight. I can't. I'm so mad. So I just wasted 2 hours of time on something that was supposed to take 20 minutes. And I know I could do it if I could just get that damn screw off. What a waste. I am so irritated.
Well, I've been told that men and women are equal and they're just interchangeable widgets. What one can do, the other can do the exact same. That's what I keep hearing.
I just bought this old truck, so let's change the oil.
You could have blew up your whole entire engine.
I've never done this before, but when I took it in, they told me it was going to be $150.
You're lucky she made it here, really.
So I said, no, thank you.
Hey, at least she tried.
Oh, God. Oh, ew.
She just got the road plug.
They really wanted me to pay $100 for this. That's crazy. Oh. That was so easy. We got to get the filter out. Got it. Oh, yup. That is full of oil. I just got it all over the car. Open up this new oil. Get some in there. Gotta move it up. Not sure how deep to go. Hell yeah. All right. I don't know how much to put in there. I'm just gonna add the whole thing. All right.
She should be good.
Well, you were complaining about the fact that it was $100. Now I'm curious as to how much you have to pay now.
$300 on an oil change. I hate adulting. How did I spend $300? Let's debrief. So first, my actual oil change. $85. Shop service charge, $4. Oil filter, $14. Cabin filter, $43. Next up, they come around to my window again. I'm like, oh no, what now? What now? They told me that there was debris in my coolant. $99.99. And then they come to my window yet again and say, your windshield wiper is broken. I'm like, really? What's wrong with it? He pulls it up. He's like, it's broken. Yeah, there's like metal sticking out of it. Do it. Add that on. $17. With the military discount, it came out to be $171.
I'm not joking right now. You came out to eat and you ate $20 worth of food. Okay. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay. Well, do you want me to order
did you
not
not
even order dessert.
You ordered the bowl and you ordered the hash browns. And that's $18.75. Look it. $18.75 with taxes. It was $3.86, so I'm just breaking it down, split that up. $3.86, half of that is almost $2. I'm thinking like $1.80 or something like that. So you owe $20.
It doesn't even matter what I order, what I didn't order. What I'm saying, why would I have to pay even half of it when you're here? That's what you're here for.
I'm here. I asked you, did you want to go out to eat with me? I didn't say I was gonna pay.
Oh, okay.
Is that common sense? Do you just go and sit down at restaurants and just figure that they're gonna pay for you?
You just want to be put in the friend zone, right? Not even that. If I, you know what? Here, whatever. I don't care.
What are you acting all? Why are you acting all weird like that?
I'm not acting weird. Just wait.
No, you got a little stank attitude.
Yes, of course I'm gonna have an attitude.
I don't understand. He just asked you to pay for your portion of the bills. You expect to get free meals from people. This is 2026. Equality is here to stay. You fought for it, and now you have it.
I've decided that I'm not going to see a guy again because he made me split the bill. So when the bill comes,
no, the
I
horror.
didn't even look at how much it was, but I was like, I'm happy to split it. And he was like, no, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, no, it's fine, because obviously I'm not going to be like, no, you pay for the meal. Even though, personally, I think he should have, because he asked me to go on that date to that restaurant that was quite expensive. I ended up paying 55 quid for half the meal. And it wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea to go there. If I had arranged it and I had, like, planned the date, I would be doing something different. I don't want to spend 70 quid, 80 quid with like train tickets and everything to meet someone that I don't know. I'd rather just go for a walk in a park and get a coffee.
Oh, because he asked you out to an expensive restaurant. That's why he should pay. You know, there's this thing called communication. I hear a lot of you feminists talk about, you know, you just say, be communicative. You could have just told him, this restaurant's out of my budget. Let me recommend that we just go on a walk and go get some coffee. You could have did that, but instead, you saw it was out of your budget and you still went with him, expecting him to just pay for everything. I really don't understand. You guys fought for equality and you fought hard to want to be equal to men. And then men decided to stop doing the things that they were doing prior to equality. And all of a sudden, you're complaining about it. So you wanted to be seen as equal to men, but you wanted men to continue being chivalrous and giving you preferential treatment. Yeah, it makes sense.
This is why women who aren't dating right now aren't dating. I went to go pick up packages. I'm tired. I had a little nice arm workout, back workout. Cool. I'm not banking on anyone being in the elevator with me, so I know that I have to balance this on my own, put in my fob, put my floor, and cool. However, there's a guy. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's probably gonna bus us upstairs because he also lives here and he's also going upstairs. No. Oh, I thought I was gonna get help. No, he couldn't even do that. So I'm literally, I put my stuff down and he's just like, oh, you're waiting for me. Oh, you're waiting for me to use my fob and reach over. Mind you, I'm far from the buttons because the railing, whatever. So I was like, oh, you're one of those. Got it. I grab my key. I go, and I'm like barely reaching. The guy could have easily just used his own key or just, here, I got you. And like reach with my key. I don't give a but do something.
Or maybe because it's the case that a lot of you feminists like to claim sexual harassment, he decided to keep to himself and not involve himself with you. Also, I don't know why you're expecting a stranger to help you. He might have done a lot of things that day as well, just like you apparently went to the gym and did your arm, so it was a struggle for you to carry the box. Maybe he went to the gym as well, and maybe he just wanted to stay away from you.
You want to know something that most women aren't ready to hear? Modern feminism killed chivalry. Modern feminism has shifted from seeking equality to promoting superiority and resentment towards men, framing men as oppressors rather than partners and equals. With the birth of modern feminism, there came the birth of the girl boss, I don't need a man. Chivalry was never meant to make women look weak. It was made to create a culture of mutual respect where men acted honorably towards women and acknowledged their virtue and grace. Modern feminism, by demanding sameness instead of equality, has blurred those lines. The result of this is now we have an entire generation of men who are not willing to honor, pursue, or protect women. We have this entire generation of men who just want to hook up on the first date, who have no respect for women, who don't hold open the door, who don't buy flowers, and it is because of modern feminism.
And that right there is the truth.
Some Korean men are refusing to help women. A few days ago, a woman in her 20s lost consciousness and fainted when she was on the subway. Apparently, there were a bunch of men in their 20s and 30s who refused to help, and saying something to the extent of, it has nothing to do with me, which got the women on the internet pissed. According to the Korean woman, the reason being, all able-bodied Korean men have to serve military service. They do learn CPR in the military. So it was expected for men in their 20s and 30s who likely just got out of the military to jump in and help because they know how to do CPR. But a lot of the men on the train didn't. And their reason being, they did not want to be accused of harassment. There were a few incidents where men were actually accused for harassment, for trying to help the women. Back in 2014, a South Korean woman had actually tried to sue a male EMT paramedic for doing CPR and doing chest compressions on her. Although the paramedic wasn't charged or convicted with anything, since he was reported, he still had to go through an investigation. There was also another story shared of a Korean guy going up the steps in the subway station, and there was a woman in front of him seemingly about to fall. He put out his hands and tried to grab her from the back to prevent her from falling. The girl freaked out and called the police on him, and he ended up in the police station.
And that right there is why the guy in the elevator didn't want to help the girl with the boxes. This is what happens when you live in a world of, well, if it doesn't affect me, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, the things you think that don't affect you actually do affect you, and what one person does who is hundreds of miles away from you will eventually catch up to you. When someone falsely accuses someone and it spreads around, then it's the case that men will just start staying away, which is what's happening. Sorry, not sorry.